Hi guys, it's Chris. Hey, I just wanted to do a little video about grief. I unfortunately have experienced much loss in the last year, and I think that people don't always know what to expect, and I think that sometimes you need to hear that what you're feeling isn't crazy and it's not abnormal. I think that a lot of times people expect you to get over grief or get over loss too quickly. I'll share my loss with you, and then I will tell you about certain maybe stages that I've gone through. I don't know if anybody else goes through these. I don't know if it's normal, but it is what I've experienced, and I just want to share it with you in the event that you have also experienced loss and are in the midst of the grieving process as I have been. I also want to let my subscribers know, my readers know, that for the last several months I have been a little bit absent, and this is why. I think that I am getting my mojo back, and being new to YouTube and starting YouTube videos is awesome. It's really been awesome, and I appreciate all of you who are subscribed. In January, the end of January, my mom suffered a few TIAs, which are like mini strokes, at home. Once we got her to a hospital and such, she did really well. She was just a couple of days from going home, and we had put all of the services that she needed in place. Everything was ready. My siblings were fantastic and did everything they could to get everything ready, right down to a new bed that was at a height that she could manage. Furniture rearranged for her walker or her wheelchair, whatever she was going to need when she got there. So 2 days prior to that happening, I believe, and my memory may be off a bit, she suffered another stroke, one that was a little more severe. They did find a brain bleed and did surgery on that. She came through that wonderfully, and I think even spoke a word or two after that because she had been unable to speak. Unfortunately, she still couldn't eat, so they had to do surgery to place a G-tube, and while she came through that fine, when she was seen by the physical therapists, she went home to heaven. So that was on March 6th, and it was the most devastating thing that has ever happened to me in my life. I am the youngest of 10 children. I was always my mom's baby. We had a lot of tiffs and such, and we even went at one point a few years without really speaking. It was so important that we did that I can't even remember why. So 2 days before she died, I dreamt about her funeral. I didn't know at that point she was going to pass. Nobody obviously did. But I dreamt about her funeral. And so for me, I don't know what that was about, but for me, saying goodbye was extremely difficult, but I felt like I had already been there and already done this. I can't explain that. I knew exactly what she would be wearing. I knew exactly what kind of flowers there would be. I knew exactly what music there would be. It was all just really, really clear. And so it was like the second time I had done it. And whether you believe or you don't believe, my mom, in those few days before her funeral, when we were all together, gave us many signs that she wasn't going anywhere. So fast forward a month, and I am just kind of getting to the point where I remember that I can't call her when I want to, etc. And I feel like, though there's days when I think I'm going to die without her, I most days can cope. So around comes Mother's Day, the first Mother's Day without her, and all I could think was, okay, this is going to be a celebration of the mother she was. We are going to do something. My husband's mother has passed as well, so we were going to do something that we could remember them both by. We get through the day without any major, meltdowns, etc. And my phone rings at 10 o'clock at night. And it was my dear, dear niecey Ashley, who called to tell me that her dad, my oldest brother, had just been killed in a car accident. It is so shocking. It's always shocking. And so then I began going through all of the stages of grief again. I was very sad and I cried a lot. And then I just was going to be fine. I was going to be fine. I didn't want to talk about him. And then I was angry. I mean, I even went as angry as to think, my mom could have stayed. She could have fought harder. Well, what kind of craziness is that? But these are just, in my opinion, normal things that are just part of grieving. You get angry, you get sad, being sad, it's easier to be mad at him. It was just a one-car accident, reaching for something and missed a curve. We just don't know. So instead of being sad all the time, it was easier for me to deal with for a while just to be mad at him. Like, you irresponsible ass, what were you doing? And it just kind of became a cycle of sad and angry. And so I decided to seek grief counseling, and it has really been helpful. And I've learned that all of these things are normal, but I'm not choosing to stay in this cycle forever. Granted, I feel like it's taking me longer, or maybe I'm just more verbal. I want people to know is that it is possible to get through it. I have a recording, a voicemail that my mom had left me 2 weeks before she died. And I have it saved on my computer, and it's still on my phone in my voicemail. And my husband occasionally will say when it comes up, why are you torturing yourself? But for a moment, when I can listen to her voice, it's like she's still there. And it doesn't always make me cry anymore. It makes me happy because now I won't forget what she sounds like. I'm getting to that place where listening to her voice makes me happy. And it reminds me of the way she used to say things when she was angry or mad at you, how she could make like a 1-syllable word into like 4 syllables when she was really mad. And she sends signs all the time that she's here, and I think it's fantastic to see yellow butterflies everywhere. Hey guys, I'm not sure what happened to the end clip of this video. It was far too emotional to record again for me, so I appreciate your understanding. I just want to let you know that there is hope. Things are getting better, and I find great peace and comfort in my faith and the promise that my mom and my brother are happily reunited in heaven and keeping close watch over all of us.